Mahavarji, thank you. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. With our economy at a juxtaposition where India is likely to become, if not the second, at least the third largest engine of growth for the globe, we are facing a huge challenge of balancing climate change along with economic growth. This last decade has seen amazing amount of increase in global climate phenomena which has been devastating for all the populations. At this point in time, this platform, which has been created as a national summit by the CSR Research Foundation, it's being supported by the Indian Energy Storage Research Foundation and the ESR Research Foundation, along with several sponsors and associate bodies, is a platform where I welcome you to 2 days of very specific, very focused and actionable information exchange for these sectors. The sectors here today are going to be on electric vehicles, biofuels, and hydrogen economy, green hydrogen to be more specific. Tomorrow, we shall be looking at the new guidelines issued by the government and SEBI on the reporting of the actions and activities of the companies and the climate footprint that they are leaving. When you talk about any policy, it has a sort of a feedback loop to the market. So today, many of you belong to organizations which are either right now or very soon going to be engaged in hopefully one of these 3 areas of activity, which are going to be having a footprint going forward for the next decade. I want to offer my thanks for enabling this program of 2 days, this national summit, to the Technology Development Board of the Government of India, Ministry of Department of Science and Technology, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, personally to Dr. Pathak and Shri Takpaji. I also want to thank my industry and academic colleagues, Shri Shirish Garurji from TERI and Mr. Manoj Kumar from Bharat Electronics Limited, who will be here. Just very quickly, I'll tell you, biofuels we are all familiar with. These are a hype word, a very important news item nowadays. But countries like Brazil have been working on biofuels for many years. They've had some successes and many failures, and many challenges have been faced by those economies which have shifted to a biofuel-based system. We have a lot of advantage because we can leapfrog those challenges. For example, India is a very, very high population growth country. With more and more population coming out of the poverty, our nutrition levels and food requirement levels are also rising very fast. And biofuels, which are based on food crops like corn or sugarcane, are not really a very viable long-term alternative for India. So what you will discuss later on today, hopefully, would be technologies like enzymes and yeast, which are bioengineered to be able to break down the cellulose in feedstock like rice stalk, which is otherwise not usable for creating ethanol. So that's a great opportunity. We all know about the Jatropa. There was some false starts over there, but there's going forward. In EV opportunity, we all know, I'm just going to introduce what we are going to look forward to in today's summit. One of the things which is very less talked about, but which actually is one of the largest engines for EV growth, is the fact that almost all the villages in India today are electrified. Absolutely not all villages in India are having a petrol pump. So electric vehicles, when you talk about a rural mobility based economy, We have got Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, which has connected by roads most of the villages. So we are looking at a huge opportunity in the rural areas for EV. We have also possibility of EV with solar. So that's another advantage. In hydrogen and in green hydrogen, there is going to be a lot of discussions. I will not touch more about it, except that what I will say is that I don't know if you are aware of, but if you at the time of the break can look up, we've got the world's first train running in the UK entirely on hydrogen. We have 3 separate airlines already having test flown aeroplanes completely run on hydrogen. And in India, we have got a lot of work happening along with private and industrial sector. So today we have a galaxy of speakers, people who have done a lot of work in their own specialized field. And I welcome you to make it a more interactive session in the second half when we have the panel discussions. Once again, to the CSR Research Foundation team who worked behind the scenes tirelessly, and to all of you and seeking blessings from the Almighty, I welcome you to this program. Thank you.